Eid-ul-Fitr, Governor Makinde calls for prayers, vigilance.
Iran criticizes French President Macron over Mid-East war stance.
Now the news in full. President Bola Tinubu today held high-level talks with United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer in London, as both countries moved to strengthen bilateral relations and deepen economic cooperation. According to a statement by the President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, the engagement is expected to result in the signing of several memoranda of understanding (MOUs) covering trade, investment, defense, and cultural partnerships. A key highlight of the visit is a £746 million financing agreement involving UK Export Finance, Nigerian Ports Authority, and the Federal Ministry of Finance. The deal, the statement added, will support the rehabilitation of two major maritime facilities, the Lagos Port Complex, Apapa Quays, and the Tinkan Island Port Complex, as part of efforts to modernize Nigeria's transport and trade infrastructure. The presidency noted that the discussions underscore Nigeria's commitment to strengthening ties with the UK, attracting foreign investment, and promoting infrastructure-driven economic growth. Earlier, President Tinubu and the First Lady were received by King Charles III and Queen Camilla at Windsor Castle as part of the official state visit.
Meanwhile, it has been 37 years since a Nigerian leader was last accorded full state honors in the United Kingdom when Ibrahim Babangida was ousted by Queen Elizabeth II in 1989. That long diplomatic gap has now been broken with President Bola Tinubu's landmark state visit to the United Kingdom, signaling a renewed chapter in relations between Abuja and London. Staff reporter Bimisola Adebayo reports that the visit underscores the growing importance of Nigeria-UK ties in today's global landscape.
The two-day visit, which began on March 18, 2026, marks the first formal state visit by a Nigerian president to the UK in nearly 4 decades. The visit featured a series of high-level engagements, including a ceremonial welcome, carriage procession, and a state banquet attended by top government officials from both countries. President Tinubu, accompanied by First Lady Oluyole Tinubu, also held private meetings with the British monarch and is expected to engage with Prime Minister Keir Starmer to strengthen bilateral cooperation. Speaking on the development, the Dean, Faculty of Arts at the University of Ibadan, Professor Rashid Laniyi, described the visit as long overdue, noting that despite Nigeria's independence, both nations still share strong historical and economic ties. He emphasized the need for deeper collaboration in trade, investment and commerce, especially as both countries continue to expand their economic and cultural relations.
Whatever Nigeria is today, we need to acknowledge that political ties to Britain. So the visit is very symbolic, very historic. So it's a kind of rekindling that historical ties between Nigeria and our former colonial master, Britain. Since 1999, our presidents have been advocating for foreign direct investment. It is expected that this visit will yield more dividends in terms of foreign direct investment for Nigeria, and also the aspect of diaspora engagement is very important. Many Nigerians in the diaspora will be willing, to invest in their country of origin, that is Nigeria. At least when they listen to the president talking, and they have that confidence that Nigeria has a very favorable investment climate for them to participate.
Professor Lani also noted that the visit represents a major diplomatic milestone, stressing the importance of stronger cooperation in security, particularly in addressing terrorism and regional instability.
The President should emphasize on counter-terrorism measures, most especially seeking international partnership to ensure that we eradicate these terrorists and bandits that are ravaging our urban areas as well as rural areas. So this is very important. That is number one. The second one is to ensure that Nigerians in Britain are well respected in terms of their skills and professions.
As President Tinubu continues his engagements in the United Kingdom, expectations remain high that the visit would deliver tangible benefits for Nigeria in trade, investment, security, and international cooperation. Bimsola Adebayo, BCOS News.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, today said it handed over a total sum of 3,936,145 naira recovered stolen funds to the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. According to a statement by the Commission, the presentation was made on behalf of the Executive Chairman of the Commission, Oluyole, by the Secretary to the Commission, Mohammed Majoda, in a brief ceremony at the EFCC headquarters in Abuja. In his remarks on the occasion, Majoda reiterated the commitment of the Commission to the task of curbing economic and financial crimes. He stressed that the funds were recovered through diligent investigation and professional uncovering of fraudulent engagements by some actors in the NNPC. Receiving the funds on behalf of the NNPC, the Executive Vice President downstream, Mumuni Dangazao, excitedly thanked the Commission for its assistance in the recovery, which, according to him, proved the existence of unity in the country.
The Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, has called on the Nigerian Police Trust Fund to channel more welfare interventions towards junior-ranked officers, stressing their critical role in frontline policing. According to him, junior officers bear the brunt of operational duties across the country. A statement today by the force spokesman, DSP Anthony Placid, said Diso made the call while receiving the Executive Secretary of the NPTF, Alhaji Mohammed Saidu, alongside members of the Fund's Board of Directors during a courtesy visit at the force headquarters in Abuja. The visit provided an avenue for strategic discussions aimed at strengthening collaboration between the Nigerian Police Force and the Trust Fund, particularly in advancing ongoing reforms and improving operational effectiveness. The IG specifically called on the NPTF to direct targeted welfare programs at junior-ranked officers, emphasizing that those at the lower cadre carry the heaviest operational burdens and deserve structured, consistent support. He identified personnel welfare as a key priority, noting that improved housing, accessible healthcare and prompt payments of insurance and welfare benefits are essential to boosting morale, discipline and efficiency within the force. The Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has extended warm greetings to Muslim faithful in Oyo State and across Nigeria as the 2026 Ramadan season comes to an end. The governor's message was contained in a release signed by the Special Advisor Media to Oyo State Governor Dr. Sulaiman Olanrewaju. Governor Makinde commended Muslims for their sacrifice, perseverance and dedication throughout the 30 days fasting period, describing the holy month as one that reflects deep spiritual commitment and discipline. He urged the faithful to use the occasion of Eid al-Fitr to seek divine guidance and offer prayers for the leadership and continued progress of Oyo State and Nigeria. He also advised residents to remain vigilant during the festive period, calling on them to be security conscious, stay alert, to their surroundings and promptly report any suspicious movements or activities to relevant security agencies. The governor emphasized the need for collective responsibility in maintaining peace and safety during the celebrations.
Still on Eid al-Fitr, the Commissioner of Police in Oluyole State, Femi Haruna, has felicitated the Muslim faithful on the successful completion of Ramadan and the celebration of Eid al-Fitr. In a statement, the police commissioner commended Muslims for their devotion, prayers and sacrifices during the holy month, urging them to sustain the virtues of peace, tolerance and unity beyond the festive period. He disclosed that the command has put in place comprehensive security measures to ensure a peaceful celebration across the state. The measures include the strategic deployment of personnel, intelligence and operational assets to critical locations such as Eid prayer grounds, recreational centers, major highways and other public places. The Commissioner also ordered intensified patrols and increased visibility policing to deter criminal activities during the celebration. He further directed area commanders, divisional police officers and heads of tactical units to ensure strict supervision of operations within their jurisdictions while maintaining collaboration with other security agencies.
As part of efforts to ensure a Eid-free Salah celebration, the Borno State Police Command has restricted the movement of tricycles across the state from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Friday and urged residents to observe prayers at locations close to their homes. The command also deployed operatives of the explosive ordnance disposal units to strategically positioned locations across the state. In a statement issued today, the police public relations officer ASP Nahu Dazo said the operatives would be stationed at major gathering points to conduct a thorough screening of persons and items entering designated venues. According to him, the directive is aimed at enhancing security coordination, easing crowd management, and prevent potential security threats. He also advised worshippers to observe Eid prayers at designated grounds closest to their residence to minimize movements and avoid overcrowding. ASP Dazo will urge the residents to remain vigilant, celebrate responsibly, and promptly report suspicious movements or objects. Also advised parents and guardians to keep a close watch on their children, especially in crowded environments. The command reassured residents of its commitment to maintaining law and order before, during, and after the festivities.
Ramadan ends today and markets across Ibadan are witnessing last-minute preparations for Eid al-Fitr. However, despite the usual festive expectations, many markets appear scanty, with traders lamenting low patronage. Shoppers say the rise in cost of food items, clothing and gift has made it difficult to complete their Eid preparations. Oluyole examines the situation and now reports.
Across major markets in Ibadan, traders display a variety of food items, fabrics, and other essentials for Eid celebration. Yet, contrary to expectations for such a festive period, many sections of the market remain noticeably scanty. Trader says the unusual rush associated with the end of Ramadan is largely absent, as customers turned out has been lower than anticipated. Some sellers, however, insisted that prices of certain commodities have remained relatively stable, suggesting that other economic pressure may be influencing buyer spending habits.
Gbogbo títí lọ dá téèyàn mọ̀ wípé ọdún kankan ti ẹ̀ wà agbọ́jà kalẹ̀ wọ́n ń wò ní ọwọ́ alẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n wọn ò rajà kò sówó lọ́wọ́ wọn.
Èrò ọwọ́jà wà rẹ̀ nìkankan mo rówó mọ́ ọjà mọ́ ra kankan o nǹkan pẹ́ wọ́n lẹ̀ sí mọ̀ wá rówó fi rà á. Ó ní o bó ṣe fúlù rèé o ẹgbẹ̀rún 6 ní tìmọ́tò rodo ẹgbẹ̀rún 5 àti ta àrèrò kọ́dún tó dé ẹgbẹ̀rún 3 ẹgbẹ̀rún 4 ni.
Kò sí ọjà tó because by this time ó yẹ kán ti máa push ara wọn Otimani ibi ni Edo báyìí ni kò sí gbogbo nǹkan báyìí epo wọn so kò jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn lè jáde ọjà dẹ̀ tó ti wọ́n èmi rò pé nǹkan tó fà nìyẹn o.
Among shoppers, reactions are mixed. While a few express satisfaction with their purchases, many others says high prices continue to limit what they can afford, forcing them to prioritize basic needs over luxury items. This situation underscores the very experience of households, with some able to cope, while others adjust their spending to meet pressing financial demands.
Àti múra fọdún nǹkan wọn o. Àtàwọn o. Torí 500 naira náà ń dé kò dájú kéékèèké báyìí lọ.
The late turnout in the market reflects the broader economic strain, as families strive to balance the desire to celebrate with the realities of limited resources. For many, this year Eid is expected to be more modest. Traders remain hopeful that last-minute shopping may improve sales, but current observations point to a subdued market atmosphere marked by cautious spending and reduced patronage.
Àwọn èèyàn sì wọ́n á jáde bọ̀ ó sì kù díẹ̀. Mi ò tí jáde already, wọ́n sì wọ́n á jáde. Bá a ti ń tẹ àwọn ta 5,000 10,000 bá a ti ń ta nìyẹn. Kò wọ́n sí o bá a ti ń ta tẹ́lẹ̀ náà nìyẹn.
Ìbéèrè lè máa dé 5,000.
Wọ́n lè gẹ̀ sí bíi 10.
Tẹ́bà fẹ́ gbé orí 2,000. Ìbéèrè lè máa dé.
Kò lè ju bóyá bíi 6 lọ.
Àwọn èèyàn try o wọ́n ra nǹkan gan-an fọ́dún. Kọ́lọ́ máa pèsè fún wọn kó máa ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́. Aláàrán 35. Ṣáwá 1,000 náà ní láti ilẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. Ṣáwá ò wọ́n sí. Aláàrán yẹn nìkan náà ni ó ṣe díẹ̀.
As Ramadan ends and few hours to Eid Fitr, the market tells a story of resilience amid constraint, with both buyers and sellers navigating a challenging economic landscape. Oyeshile Oluyole, BCS News.
In an effort on enhancing livestock productivity in Oyo State, the state government, through the Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support (LPRES) project, has taken vaccination of cattle to parts of Ibadan, the state capital, and Okiogun area of the state. The Oyo State government had recently received 50,000 doses of contagious bovine pleuropneumonia vaccines, 280,000 doses of Newcastle disease vaccines, and 3,000 doses of foot and mouth disease vaccines. Staff reporter Adebayo Abdurrafi, who was with the vaccination team, reports that the exercise will curb transboundary animal diseases and boost food security. At the Akinyele Corral in Akinyele local government, the vaccination team was received with open arms and cooperation, as the representative of the traders expressed appreciation to the state government. At Iseyin and Atisbo local government areas, the leadership of cattle breeders and dealers said the vaccination will help promote the health of their animals and as well improve their earnings. The vaccination team, led by Dr. Ayo Famakinde, later paid a courtesy call on the Ààrẹ of Ofiki, Oba Adioye Adetunji Oyinlola II, who commended the state government for the intervention on behalf of the traditional rulers in the areas. The second phase of the vaccination is expected to be targeted at sheep and goats, while poultry farmers will benefit from vaccines to control the spread of Newcastle disease.
Concerns are rising over the resurgence of suicide bombings in parts of the country, particularly following the recent attack at the Gamburu Market Mosque in Maiduguri. Speaking on the BCOS Current Affairs program, Kutu High, stakeholders noted that the development signals a shift in tactics by insurgents and calls for urgent re-strategizing by the military and other security apparatus. Our reporter, Folashade Akintala, who monitored the program, has the details.
Following the suicide attacks in Maiduguri, President Bola Tinubu directed security chiefs to relocate to Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, to take charge of these situations. The president also ordered an immediate intensification of security operations in the state to curb further attacks. Observers say the coordination of military actions, intelligence gathering, and public operations remains key to addressing the evolving security threats. A social commentator, Comrade Oluyole, says the returns of suicide bombing suggested that insurgents are under pressures and may be reverting to earlier tactics.
The type of war this time around is not a normal conventional war. It is, and as I said on there, those who are ready to die are very difficult to fight. You don't fight someone who had made up his mind to die, because to him or her, life is nothing. So I think there should be change in orientation, because the indigenes, the residents of those places, are the one pushing their children to these boys.
He stressed the need for community vigilance and reorientations, noting that local communities must play a role in addressing these challenges, hence the need for proper community policing.
Gathering at this time, they should be cautious in anything called gathering. Their God will not be annoyed because of the situation on ground. As anything that will bring peace should be encouraged.
Meanwhile, a security analyst, Barrister Toby Fatoke, described the development as alarming, noting that it reflects a shift from recent patterns of attacks.
But it's been long that this pattern, this trend has taken place. I think the government is trying. If you look at the statement of the Minister of Defense, appreciating the government for putting much more funds to curb security, that shows the government is trying, and I think that message is getting to the insurgents, the terrorists, the attackers, the marauders. They are getting they are feeling the heat.
He emphasized that tackling insecurity requires collective efforts beyond military operations.
That fight should be much more intensified. We should call it spade a spade. So fighting insecurity is not only about ammunition, it's not only about aircraft and the likes. You have to empower telecommunication industries. We are in a digital age. Some jingles in that line that condemns, that criminalizes insurgencies, terrorism, and other crimes. So when it goes viral, a child knows that. Even if a parent wants to ensure that a child joins because of financial gain, and I've listened to this is what they are saying on radio, this is what they are saying on TV, this is what they are saying in our local community, this is what they are singing.
Experts maintain that sustained collaboration between governments, communities, and relevant institutions is essential to restoring lasting peace. Folashade Akintola, BCS News.
On the foreign scene, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi today criticized French President Emmanuel Macron, accusing him of failing to condemn Israel and the United States' war with the Islamic Republic while voicing concern over Tehran's retaliation. On Wednesday, Macron called for imposing a moratorium on strikes after Iran attacked Qatar's key Ras Laffan facilities, part of the world's largest gas field. The strikes followed an attack on the Iranian facilities in the same gas field, which it shares with Qatar. Macron said in a post on X that it is in their common interest to implement without delay a moratorium on strikes targeting civilian infrastructure, in which he referenced calls with the Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, and U.S. President Donald Trump.
To end this edition of Newscope, here again are the main points. President Bola Tinubu today held high-level talks with United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer in London as both countries moved to strengthen bilateral relations and deepen economic cooperation.
The Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, has called on the Nigeria Police Trust Fund to channel more welfare interventions towards junior-ranked officers, stressing that critical role in frontline policing.
Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has extended warm greetings to Muslim faithful in Oyo State and across Nigeria as the 2026 Ramadan season comes to an end, and calling for prayers, vigilance.
And on the foreign scene, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi today criticized French President Emmanuel Macron, accusing him of failing to condemn Israel and the United States' war with the Islamic Republic while voicing concern over Tehran's retaliation.
That's all from Newscope Desk for now. It was packaged by Oluyole Adedeji and delivered by
Idowu Shekoni.
Afolakemi Akombi is my name. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to tune in for the Yoruba edition at 8 o'clock tonight. Good evening.
Lákòókò Ramadan kí wọ́n ná deri krima ó darapọ̀ mọ́ gbogbo ẹbí jákèjádò Nàìjíríà nínú àdúrà àròjinlẹ̀ àti ìrẹ́